Today, the tension is electric and the stakes have never been higher. 4 schools, brilliant, battle-tested, and unyielding, stand at the edge of greatness. Every argument they've made and every rebuttal they've delivered has led to this moment, the semi-finals in the first edition of I Beg to Differ Season 9. From 32 schools to 16, from 16 to 8, and now from 8 to 4. The field has narrowed indeed, but the fire has only grown fiercer. These contestants have earned their place here on the grand stage of the I Beg to Differ semi-finals, where skill meets strategy. And now they face their toughest challenge yet. 2 will rise to the grand finale, and 2 will fall just short of glory. It's never been about who speaks the loudest, but who thinks the deepest, argues the sharpest, and stands the strongest under pressure. This is where champions are made. Welcome, one and all. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info 99.3. Like, comment, and share the live streams. I'm Femi Obong-Daniels.
And I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Don't forget you can catch I Beg to Differ live on Kids FM 101.7. And if you miss any of the debates during the week, no worries. The full highlights awaits you every weekend on Wazobia Max Television. Just tune in to DSTV channel 259, GoTV channel 98, or StarTimes channel 195. A huge thank you to GZ Industries, our proud lead sponsor this edition. We're also grateful to Multi-Plant Pathway College, Finna Trust Microfinance Bank, and Obiwizi for their amazing support in making this competition possible.
No doubt, Yvonne, no doubt. Time to meet the judges. Starting with our Chief Judge, Dr. Chiking Beadiche, his Head of Department, Communication, Media and Cultural Studies, Pan-Atlantic University, Lagos. Welcome, Dr. Chike. Hilary Noruka, the Digital Editorial Lead, Nigeria Info. He's our standby judge. Welcome, Judge Hilary. George Ama Ekove, this Program Manager, Center for Inclusive Social Development. Welcome, Judge Ama. Judge Ufoma Egbamuno, News Manager, Nigeria Info, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Kids FM. Welcome, Judge Ufoma. And there is Judge Yvonne Okhaifo, your friendly neighborhood Principal Vaughn, broadcaster and elocution coach. She is both diction coach and judge. Welcome, Yvonne. Welcome all our judges.
Thank you, Femi. Now the champions of this edition will walk away with 5 million naira and 3 sleek Samsung tablets. Our runners-up will receive 3 million naira along with 3 powerful Bluetooth speakers, while the third place team will take home 2 million naira and 3 premium Bluetooth headphones. Now, these exciting prizes are proudly powered by GZ Industries, our lead sponsor this season. We also celebrate the unwavering support of our partners, Obiwizi, Multi-Plant Pathway College, and Finna Trust Microfinance Bank, for helping make I Beg to Differ a platform where young voices shine.
Time to meet our contestants. Just before that, as a reminder to these 4 beautiful faces sitting across from us. You'll get 4 minutes each in the presentation and rebuttal rounds. You know that already. For your closing round, you'll get 3 minutes. During your rebuttals, you must first refute your opponent's points before adding fresh points to back up your arguments. In addition to the strength of your points, you will be judged for your elocution and style of presentation. You could tie. If you do tie, there will be a tiebreaker round. In this round, you will switch sides and get 5 minutes to argue the position previously argued by your opponent. You can determine how you do it. Either one of the two debaters taking the stage, or you want to share the load. Is that clear? All right. Time now to meet the contestants for today's first debate. I'd like to start from Ikeja. Great Solid Rock College, Meiran Alimosho, Lagos. I don't know where I got Ikeja from, but yes. Great Solid Rock College, Meiran Alimosho, Lagos. They beat Golden Heights College, Ikeja, Lagos, in the round of 32.
That's where you got Ikeja from.
That's yeah, my eye just caught it. The mind plays tricks on you sometimes. The topic was Nigeria should return to regional government. In the round of 16, they beat Dave Help College, Oshodi, Lagos. Society judges women more harshly than men was that topic. And then in the quarterfinals, they went against Ideal Crystal School, K2, Lagos. The topic, artificial intelligence can improve political decision making. Yet again, they prevail. Well, here they are, Lagos, Nigeria, the rest of the world. Make welcome to 15-year-old Ishie Success and 13-year-old Obong-Daniels Johnson of Great Solid Rock College, Meiran Alimosho, Lagos. Welcome to you too, Success and Johnson. Are you ready for the final? For the semi-final? Welcome. Brilliant. Success is 15. She's in SS3. And Johnson is 13. He's in SS1. They are supported by Favor for Otade, who's also 15 and in SS3. She's sitting in the waiting room and cheering them on. She's their third speaker should the need arise. Welcome once again. Their opponents beat Dazzle Schools, Papa Shafa Gege, Lagos, in the round of 32. Tribalism is stronger than nationalism in Nigeria was that topic. They went on to the round of 16. Beat David Hall College, Ikoyi, Lagos, on the topic, the federal government's choice of English instead of the mother tongue as the language of instruction improves early childhood education. And then the quarterfinals, Wellspring College, multiple-time champion, Wellspring College, Ikeja, Lagos, on the topic, aluminium cans are the most sustainable packaging for beverages. Well, these guys took them out. And here are the guys. From Honeyland Schools, Abeson Estate, Ikpaja, Lagos. Please join me to welcome Osagede Omoreje and Akweji Precious Omotere. How are you doing, both of you?
Good, sir.
Welcome to the debate.
The motion for this hour is corruption is a symptom of flawed systems, not flawed people. Corruption is a symptom of flawed systems, not flawed people. Earlier, last week, yes, these contestants chose how this match will go. Now they'll remind us how they picked. Starting with...
Who's opposing?
Okay, Great Solid Rock College will oppose the motion. So Great Solid Rock College will say that corruption is a system of flawed people, not flawed systems. Honeyland Schools will say corruption is a symptom of flawed systems, not flawed people.
Just to add that Joseph is 15. He is in year 12. Precious is 15 as well, also in year 12. They are supported by Odumeso Misha Oluwashemilore, who's 14 and in year 11 in their school. That's Joseph and Precious leading the lines. for their school, Honeyland Schools at Besson Estate, Ipaja, Lagos. While for Great Solid Rock College, Miro and Limosho, it's Johnson and Success.
Wonderful. Now, all that is left to do is battle. We will get right into the ring when we return from this break.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought
Hello.
to you by GZ Industries.
Hello there. I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
On Monday, the final stretch begins, starting with the semi-finals. At 4 p.m., Great Solid Rock College goes head-to-head with Honeyland School on the motion. Corruption is a symptom of flawed systems, not flawed people. Later at 5 p.m., Straightgate High School faces Heritage Group of Schools on the motion. Liberty should be limited in the interest of security. To debate, two high-stakes motions. Only the sharpest advance. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Monday as two schools advance to the grand finale. I beg to differ season 9. 32 schools now 4, 1 winner, 5 million naira, 1 grand title, the champion of champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Multiplan Pathway College and Finna Trust Microfinance Bank. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's day 15, the dawn of the semi-finals, where the arguments get sharper, the intellects shine brighter, and the stakes climb higher. Today, two brilliant schools stand at the threshold of greatness. You've met them. You've met them already. They confront a question that cuts through nations and generations. A riddle that rattles republics and exposes the pulse of governance. Is corruption born from broken systems or from broken souls? Is the rot in the rules or in the hearts? Is the flaw in the frameworks or in the flesh? Today our debaters will illuminate the shadows where accountability and morality intertwine, and they are ready to go.
We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Join the live streams. Like, comment, and share. Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook and YouTube. This debate is airing live on Kids FM as well. The dial is 101.7. This round will commence with the motion supporter, Honeyland Schools, represented by Osagide
Joseph.
Omorige. Okay, you've got 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
When a bridge collapses, do we accuse the pedestrians of walking wrongly, or we indict the structure that betrays their trust? The same goes for corruption. Do we blame the people, or we blame the system that cracked beneath them, forcing even the upright to crawl just to move forward? In the wise words of W. Edwards Deming, bad system beat good people every time. But first things first, my esteemed greetings to moderators, distinguished educators, accurate timekeeper, one difficult debaters, and ever attentive audience. I am Usagede Omoike Joseph, the president of Honeyland Schools, here to firmly support the motion that corruption is a symptom of flawed systems, not flawed people. And I'll purchase my stance with the following points. Firstly, lack of transparency. Now, when decisions are made behind closed doors, processes do not require full disclosure, and budgets are hidden, we find that this gives corruption a comfortable place to hide. How then can we blame the people? Secondly, weak institutions. Corruption thrives when institutions are weak, where cause do not punished for bribery, where agencies do not audit regularly, and where regulators do not enforce rules and regulations. This creates a playground for wrongdoing. Also, poor law enforcement. Rules are useless without enforcement, or in the words of David Dudley-Field, a law unenforced is a fiction. Many times in our system, we find that rules exist, but they're either weak, inconsistent, or poorly enforced. When this happens, we see that people are able to do as they like because they live with the reality that enforcement simply does not exist. Also, poverty forces corrupt survival strategies. The 2022 global study found that poverty is a top driver of corruption. Imagine a civil servant who earns 70,000 naira in a month and has to spend 50,000 naira on transportation. What's left is not enough to feed, not to talk of clothing and other living expenses. If someone comes to him with 20,000 naira to push a file forward, he agrees, not because he's a bad person, but because when the odds of everyday life are stacked against you, the man must survive instinct takes over. Also, reward for wrongdoing. Now imagine a system where an office where an indolent worker is promoted not because he merited, but because he knows or has a personal relationship with those who are in charge. Do we blame the person, or we blame the system that places connection over merit? And when success is bought through favoritism, the system must be questioned, not the people. Furthermore, marginalization and inequality. Corruption creates a society where the rich get richer, not because they work harder, but because the system is rigged in their favor. A politician will award a contract to his cousin not because he's competent, but because he's connected. While others are left out, some are favored, while others are forgotten. This leads those who are forgotten to look for other ways to survive, making corruption a strategy to equalize an unequal playing field. So before we judge them for being corrupt, we must look at the conditions that force them there. Furthermore, excessive bureaucracy. When a process as simple as obtaining a passport, a license, or other essential document stretches from a one-day task to months of tedious bureaucracy, people naturally look for shortcuts to get what they want. Bypassing due process becomes a survival strategy, not a moral failure, and it is a systemic fault, not a flaw of the people. Furthermore, historical patterns. We are conditioned to believe through history that corruption actually works. We've seen money open doors faster than hard work, and connection beat merit. Like James Baldwin said, we are the product of the history that we walk through. Therefore, people don't just become corrupt, they step into patterns that were shaped long before they arrived. Furthermore, environment shapes behavior. Let's bring this closer home to our nation. Another proof that corruption is systemic, not cultural, is how Nigerians behave when they go abroad. People that are said to be naturally corrupt actually obey rules. They queue up, they obey traffic signals, and they do not offer bribes. Why? Because when the structure is reformed, when the structure is shaped, behavior naturally follows, because humans respond to the environment that they are placed in. Furthermore, whistleblowers are unprotected. When someone speaks up against wrongdoing and is silenced, attacked, or targeted rather than supported, do we blame the individual or the system that punishes honesty, targets truth tellers, and silences the voice of justice? Also, nations that reform systems reduce corruption. We've seen proof all over the world, various countries that reforming of system actually reduces corruption, such as Rwanda. Rwanda implemented anti-bribery reforms and strict transparency measures. This reduced bribery in their nation by over 50%. Another example is Sweden, that enforced strict transparency measures and rule enforcement measures. Now, these countries show that when the system is reformed, corruption naturally reduces. Furthermore, acclimatization and social norms. When you go to Rome, you behave like Romans, so it's not know how the saying goes. Enter a corrupt system, and even the cleanest person becomes dirty. I mean, look at Somalia, South Sudan, Venezuela, Libya, and Syria. Countries that are ranked as the lowest in public sector security by Transparency International. Their corruption is daily life, not just occasional. Even in Nigeria, where we pay off people, we use connections, we pay bribes, and we have the something for the boys culture. This shows just how rampant corruption is in our society because of our systemic failures. Furthermore, lack of patriotism. Now, people want to do the right thing. They want to live by rules and regulations. But when the system fails, when the votes go uncounted, when their voices are unheard, and when the economy collapses, do we blame them for their spirit of patriotism dying? Thank you very much.
Osagede Omorege Joseph of Honeyland Schools, Abeson Estate, Ikwaja, Lagos, opening for his institution. Well done, Joseph. And now we'll go straight to Great Solid Rock College, Mayor Alimosho, Lagos, where Obong-Daniels Johnson is standing by.
Jamal reported that integrity does not increase instruction. Humana does it. Good evening, Mr. Moderator, my powerful judges, my wonderful debaters, and my very attentive audience. My name is Obong-Daniels Johnson, representative for Great Solid Rock College. I shall stand before you to oppose a motion which says corruption is a symptom of flawed system and of flawed people. Let's be honest, this debate is highly emotional and highly deceptive. When we talk about the structure is just like a frame, it's just like a program, it's just like a setting. It has no how to collect bribe, it has no how to negotiate for it, it has no how to think or to desire about money. Now let's look at the biblical aspect. According to Deuteronomy 30:19, which reported and highlighted, "I've said before you life and death, and you shall pick life, so you and your generation shall live long." What this Bible verse is trying to reflect in this debate is trying to tell us corruption is a choice of the heart, and it is trusted with people who had powers. Now let's look at Jeremiah chapter 17:9, which reported and highlighted, "Human heart is deceptive, not the system, in which integrity comes from the heart and not policy or institution." Let's look at the political aspect. Nigerians have systems such as the Economic Financial Crime Commission and the ICPC. This is a fight against corruption, but corrupt people people are the one who manipulate the system. According to Abraham Lincoln, he defined democracy as a system of government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Nigeria's democracy has turned to a system of government of the people, to buy the people, and to sell the people, in which it works during election, when they say, give me 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of this, 5,000 naira so that I'll vote for you. At the end of the day, they suffer for a number of years. Now, let's look at Tanzania, a female president who detained our opposition political candidate. Yes, and in Tanzania, they are practicing what we call democracy. Corruption in Nigeria does not continue because the system are weak, but because the people shows corruption over integrity. According to the Pew Research Center year 2025, it reported over 58% of the adults are dissatisfied with democracy. Now, let's look deeper into this case. According to the sexual harassment policy, it reported that lecturers even make use of their power to sexually harass the students. They don't even care if the policy forbids it. Now, let's look at the banking aspect. Nigeria's bankers in year 2011 to year 2016 were Fargo Bank, one of the biggest banks worldwide. He which his employees created over 3.5 million of fake bank accounts. They made use of loopholes and they made use of fake signature to dupe their fellow employees. Now, let's look deep into this case to see if it holds waters. Now, let's look at the police case as a case study. A man who was arrested, taken to the police case custody, he was examined with a lot of questions. He was found guilty. This man was examined with a lot of questions. And right in the police custody were capital letters on the wall: bail is free, police is your friend. A policeman told him bail is free. Another policeman told him bail is not free. You are in the country called Nigeria. Okay, now these are 2 different people with 2 different outcomes. He the same structure. Now, let's look at Nigeria airport as a system. Okay, now in Nigeria's airport, extortion is not condoned, but at every point, bribe is being corrected by the officials. Here we are moving against the Nigeria airport system. Ladies and gentlemen, corruption does not fly from the sky. It comes from the heart of people. That is why integrity matters, leadership matters. Leave a flawed person into a strong system, the strongest system for. Thank you.
Well done.
Obong-Daniels Johnson, 13-year-old lead debater from Great Solid Rock College, Mayron Alimosho, Lagos. Yes, brilliant openings from both institutions. Before them, you heard Honeyland School's Abeson Estate and Joseph's opening comments. Time for a break. When we come back, we'll go straight into the rebuttal rounds between Great Solid Rock College and Honeyland School. Stay with us.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadget tradings. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned alike. Got a new phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk away with an upgrade or a cashback, or in fact, both. Whether you shop in-store or online, at obiwizi.com, you are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service, because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow Obiwizi at Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page, or on TikTok at Obiwizi. That is at Obiwizi on TikTok. Obiwizi is spelled Obiwezi. That is Obiwezi.
At GZI, we believe corporate success must go hand in hand with community impact. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we've supported lives across Nigeria, from donating protective coveralls to street sweepers nationwide to organizing free medical outreach programs for our host communities. We're committed to improving lives, promoting safety, and giving back wherever we operate. GZI, building communities, inspiring change.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Welcome back, one and all. We now march into the rebuttal round, the crucible where contradictions are crushed and careless claims collapse.
We're starting this round with the motion opposer. The motion opposer being Great Solid Rock College. You've got 4 minutes. Your time starts now.
Hang on, we'll reset your clock. Just stay with us.
Okay, we have to start again.
Monday, the final stretch begins, starting with the semi-finals. At 4 p.m., Great Solid Rock College goes head-to-head with Honeyland School on the motion. Corruption is a symptom of flawed systems, not flawed people. Later at 5 p.m., Straight Gate High School faces Heritage Group of Schools on the motion. Liberty should be limited in the interest of security. To debate two high-stakes motions, only the sharpest advance. I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me on Monday as two schools advance to the grand finale. I Beg to Differ Season 9. 32 schools now for one winner, 5 million naira, one grand title, the Champion of Champions. Sponsored by GZ Industries, supported by Obiwizi, Multiplan Pathway College and Finna Trust Microfinance Bank. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back. We had a bit of a technical challenge. It's been resolved to some good extent, and we can continue now. We are at the rebuttal round, where Great Solid Rock College is second speaker, Ishie Success, is standing by for their rebuttal round. Success, are you ready now?
Yep. If corruption were merely shadow of books, then was cast shadow. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, I thank my fellow co-debaters. My name is Ishia Success, a representative of Great Soldier School. My opponent blame darkness on the room, but not the switching of the light. Permit me to clear their confusion. My opponent argue that a weak institution causes corruption, but even in countries with strong institution, good laws, oversight, and anti-corruption framework, corruption still happens. A 2024 study in the role of morality in the Ukrainian context found that weaker individual is often associated with a strongly reported corruption, theft, and violence. Imagine two people seeing a chance to touch court. Maybe someone slips a bribe offer at work. One is like, nah, this always feels right. I can't, I won't. The other, why not? What's the harm? This difference is not just about the structure, the system, the government, or the laws. It's about what they feel inside, what they believe is right or wrong. Integrity is outdated. Being honest when everyone cheats is rebellious, and that's the vibe. Corruption isn't destiny, it's a decision, and the strongest power lies in saying no. See, having rules on paper doesn't stop some folks or play dirty. Corrupt mind doesn't need broken system. Discipline needs loopholes and courage. My opponents also agreed that if we fix the system, corruption will disappear. Tell that to countries with strong institutions but still battling corruption scandals to today. The United States, known for strong institutions, still deal with corruption cases. Japan, known for stable system, still arrest officials yearly for bribery and corruption. Why? Because corruption is driven by intent, not just the environment. You can upgrade system, but someone updates the grid, corruption still continues. Mopin also stated that people behave based on the historical patterns or culture people create. But culture doesn't fall from the sky. People create the cultures. And one that after the genocide, the system was shaky and shattered. Yet the citizens shows transparency, accountability, and discipline. System is like a mirror. If corrupt people stand in front, corruption reflects back. If corruption has no customers, it's run out of business. My opponents also stated that people are corrupt because system pushes them. This one, very emotionally packed but factually empty. In 2023, the FCC reported that a significant number of corruption cases came from private individuals actively offering bribe, not system pushes them to. Nobody puts a gun to anyone's head to say, oh God, I beg, take this 5K, make it run out fast. Nobody needs pressure to do what they already want to do. My opponents also stated that poor law enforcement causes corruption. Look at Aaron, for example, one of the most structured companies. It had complex rules and audit procedures, yet executives and the people cooked books, hid debts, and lied to investors. The institution was only strong in writing but weak for practice. My opponent stated that reward for wrongdoing reduce corruption. Having to hear that humans are insatiable. No matter the bonus, humans still want more. My parents stated that system is the cause of corruption. This sounds poetic, but it's completely inaccurate. If system was truly controlled by corruption, then why do we have two workers, same system, same salaries, same environment? One returns less money while the other loses the company's funds. According to Global Behavioral Studies (OECD) 2021, shows that individual moral choices, not the system, predict corruption more accurately than institutional weakness. If system was the problem, everyone inside it will be corrupt, but not everyone is. Mopin also stated that when Nigerians travel abroad, they behave more better. But let's look at his examples. James Onanefe Iberi, he was the governor of Delta State from the year 1999 to 2007. He was arrested on 19th May 2010 in UAE by Interpol authorities. This is to show that corruption is driven by intent, not just the environment. Having argued my opponent's point, I would like to add additional points to further strengthen my stand. If corruption was purely systemic, then everyone in structure would behave the same. But reality disagrees. In the same institutional, one officer returns lost money while the other demands a bribe. In the same government offices, one civil servant processes documents cleanly while the other delays for anything for the boys. This to show that corruption is fundamentally a human choice, not the system. My opponents are basically saying that corruption is like a natural reaction, almost like, oops, this time made me do it. But let's stop IDB big grammar. Let's face reality. Why is it that in the same family, same upbringing, same environment, one child becomes honest while the other becomes a scammer? This is to show that people choose corruption, not the system. See, I'm not just here to speak facts. I'm not just here to speak facts. I'm here to instill knowledge, to open the eyes of those that have been blinded by cherry-picked statistics stated by my opponents. Haven't you heard there's a popular saying in Pidgin, never person they work, never they chop. Even if you're given a chance to be a president today, we need to keep something for you and your family. Or haven't you heard that humans are insatiable? See, let's stop IDBI big grammar. Let's face reality. Ladies and gentlemen, until we fix the people, fixing the system is like pouring clean water into a dirty cup. The content will be contaminated. Thank you.
Success this year of great solid rock college. Mira Limosho, Lagos. A rebuttal round. Finally, it's over. Time now for Honeyland Schools. Abeson Estate, Ikpaja, Lagos for their rebuttal round. And Precious Akpeji will be leading them.
Chief to moderator, wise and amiable panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my lovely co-debaters, and my very esteemed audience. My name is Honeyland Schools, here to firmly rebut my opponent's point. It's clear that the opposition walked in armed with half-baked fallacies, hoping to derail this debate, but I'm here to rip off this illusion by bringing forward the one thing they didn't prepare for: reality. Firstly, the opponents stated that strong institutions like the Economic and Financial Crime Commission and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Crimes Commission (ICPC) and the EFCC. The EFCC that was formed in the year 2001 and the ICPC that was formed in the year 2000 are often folded by people to manipulate their corrupt riches. But let's take a look at last year, where a certain governor who embezzled 20.2 billion naira these same agencies? Do we argue that their systems are not solid? Do we argue that they aren't actually doing their job like my opponent claims? The opponents also stated that democracy is no longer valued, that people are bribed, not the system where a man earns 70,000 naira and has to spend about 50,000 naira on transportation. That money that is left isn't even enough to feed his family, talk less of even catering for other necessities like school fees and other utilities. If someone offers him 5,000 naira just to push a single document, of course he's going to push it forward because the money that is even earning isn't enough to feed him and his family. The opposition also stated that lecturers take advantage of students. The system is already not stable enough for it to employ such people that have such misguided thoughts. Take a look at the systems like the Rwanda Ombudsman Office, the Directorate of Commission on Economic Crimes in Botswana, Independent Commission Against Corruption in Hong Kong that was formed in 1972. Such agencies are formed, proving that even all over the world, people are trying to tackle corruption to ensure that their systems are solid to be able to lead their future to their countries to greatness. The opposing also stated that people take bribe, using 2 police officers as examples. But let me talk about this. If the police officers are adequate, there is no issue for them to collect in 2 different things. Countries like the US and the UK that have the Serious Fraud Office and the Office of Special Fraud use this to ensure that their systems are actually stable and to ensure that no act of financial crime is overlooked. The opposition also stated that people survive in weak systems. But take a look at countries like Estonia, Rwanda, and Singapore that we all claim have weak systems yet survive. But we fail to realize that these people tore back their systems back in the days to ensure that their nation is actually moving forward. Even tech giants like China also made sure that their system was rebuilt to ensure that their nation keeps on moving forward. Now I'd like add more points. Firstly, corruption divides one nation into 2 societies. Corruption divides a nation into 2 different societies, the favored and the forgotten, where the same national budget gives one community electricity, comfort and opportunity, gives another darkness, fear and limitation. It makes equality a luxury only for the connected. Lastly, corruption rewards the greedy and punishes the innocent. People who abide by the rules suffer, while people who break the rules rise. The deserving get sidelined and the undeserving rise, not by merit but by manipulation. Inequality in the system rewards wrong people. It's just like corruption will kill us. It's just like Adewumi Adesina said, corruption doesn't invest in the future, it kills the future. In conclusion, every strong nation you see today was broken. They didn't rise by luck. They got to their systems, rebuilt their foundations, making us strong enough to outlast even the worst leaders. Because corruption doesn't survive, but the system is unshakable. Thank you.
Please put that phone back on the mic.
Thank you very much. We apologize for the hitches. If you picked the hitches there, some technical challenges, we apologize for that. But you just heard Precious Akpeji of Honeyland Schools, Abeson Estate, who had to power through despite the inconvenience of that technical challenge there. Brilliant. There's still the closing argument to come between these 2 schools, and that will be when we return from this timeout.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Hello there. I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark. We produce world-class aluminum beverage cans that meet the highest international quality and safety standards. Our cans are 100% recyclable, lightweight, and designed to keep every beverage fresh while protecting the planet. With state-of-the-art facilities and responsible production practices, we are proudly setting the pace for sustainable packaging across Africa. GZI. Yes, we can.
Multi-Plan Pathway College is a leading sixth form college in Lagos that empowers high school graduates with the knowledge and skill to secure placement in top global universities around the world. At MPC, we don't just prepare you for university, we launch you into a global future with the highest caliber A-levels, foundation programs, and international test prep. Every student finds the support, opportunity, and results to go from Lagos to the world. MPC, your future starts here.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
Welcome back, Lagos. Time now for the closing round, the final flourish, the moment of conviction, clarity, and controlled passion between Honeyland Schools, Abeson Estate, and Great Solid Rock College, Miron, Lagos.
This round will commence with the motion supporter, Honeyland Schools. You've got 3 minutes to close. Your time starts now.
Imagine a river with no bridge, no lifeguard, and no warning signs. Every year, people try to swim across, and every year they drown. Now, do we blame the swimmers for not being strong enough, or the river for being impossible to navigate? The same goes for our society. When rules are broken, shortcuts are rewarded, and corruption is normalized, even the best people have to bend or sink. Ladies and gentlemen, let this sink in. People flourish when systems function. A brilliant seed will rot in poisoned soil, but an average seed will bloom and grow when placed in very fertile ground. This is the truth that societies ignore. We blame individuals for drowning, yet we do not ask why the river has no lifeguard, no bridge, and no warning sign. Historically, we have seen that where systems are strong, people flourish, and where systems collapse, even good people fall. It wasn't better people that transformed Japan, Singapore, and the Nordic countries. It was better systems. Systems that reward integrity, systems that punish wrongdoing, systems that guide more powerfully than motivational morality ever can. As Nelson Mandela said, a good head and a good heart are a formidable combination. But without a change in the system, the individual can do very little. Look at Nelson Mandela himself, a visionary, a man of change. Yet only when the system he was surrounded by was reformed could he actually rise and become the man we know today. Only when the apartheid was abolished could he become the first black president of South Africa. Else, he would have remained another freedom fighter. And when a child is born into a system where rules are broken, shortcuts are rewarded, and corruption is normalized, do we expect that child to just rise above it all and live by their own rules? No, because said child lives in society, and society requires conformity. But if the blueprint for that conformity is corruption, we do not blame the individual, but the system. When we examine the society today, we find flaws that stem from the people, flaws that stem from the system, not from the people. I mean, imagine walking into a ministry just to process a simple document or a simple clearance, and you have to get at least 10 officials to sign. One has traveled, another one is not on seat, yet another one is coming, stretching a one-day task into months of tedious bureaucracy. And when the frustrated citizen finally decides to settle someone just to get their job done, do we accuse them of being corrupt? Do we accuse the officials of being wicked? No, because it is a system that has been designed to choke incompetence, where bureaucracy has been used to hide incompetence. These leaves cracks and loopholes from where corruption naturally grows. So today I stand firmly on this. Do not fix people, fix the structures that shape them, because humans respond to the environment that they are placed in. Because institutions cannot outperform infrastructure. Hope cannot replace a working system. Support systems, not people, because the strongest character bends in a broken institution. The fairest judge will be helpless in a corrupt court. The most honest worker will drown in a system designed to choke honesty. If you want success, build a system. If you want excellence, sustain a system. And if you want change, repair the system. I am Osagede Omorige Joseph, a president of Honeyland Schools. Thank you very much.
Right on time.
He's already introduced himself in that final flourish. Well done to you, Joseph Osagede. Honeyland Schools. It's now time for us to go to Great Solid Rock College for their closing.
As we conclude this debate, one truth must stand clear. The truth is clear, it is visible, and it is undeniable. My fellow opponents have come here to support the system. Corruption was not born by the system. It was not born by the structure. It was born by the people, and it was trusted with people who had power. Have we considered example? We've considered evidences, and we've considered case studies. We've seen that a lot of people prefer corruption to integrity, which is one of the greatest mistakes of life my fellow opponents are even making. Now, when we look about the structure, it has no how to collect bribe. It has no how to negotiate for. Rules and regulation doesn't betray. Humans steal, the kill, the betray one another. Let me tell you this. What is the difference between a building that is standing and a building that has fallen? It's the structure and the people that are living inside it. If a building falls today, who do we hold responsible? The bricklayer. If the structure and the system falls today, who do we hold responsible? The people. Now, as we look at this debate, all these arguments still end in the same conclusion that corruption is not a symptom of flawed structure, but of the flawed people. The truth is near. The truth is clear. It's a time for all to hear. Corruption will not burn of rules. Corruption will born from the law, and it lives and dwells in human heart, and it takes its start in human flow. System of silence. It does not steal, it does not lie. It does not take what does not belong to it, no matter how the rule apply. People choose, people decide, people apply, and people what betray. Now, until we see this truth, corruption find its way. Look closer in homes, in schools, in churches, in all. So grand, code of conduct and system, all dare to withstand. Yes, corruption still rises. Let me tell you this: corruption is of individuals. Corruption is not structural, it's not systematic, it's not mechanical. It is personal. Let's tell you this truth. The truth is clear and it is undeniable. And when the truth is clear, every bandit is simple. This debate is not just about noise; it is about the truth and it is about the reason. And the reason stands firmly on my side. That is why leadership matters. That is why integrity matters. That is why one's character matters. And that is why we need leaders. Why can't we allow the system to sit on the president's seat? Thank you.
He may be only 13. He may merely be an SS1 student. But he's firm in his conviction, unyielding and unintimidated. Johnson Obagadi of Great Solid Rock College, Marino Alimosho, Lagos. Closing for his school alongside his teammate and co-debater Ishie Success. Before that, you heard the duo of Joseph Osagiede and Precious Akpeji finish with a Flourish Johnson leading there. We'll take a quick break. Joseph leading there. When we come back from this break, it would be time for the verdict and some word from Diction Judge Yvonne Okhaifo. Stay with us.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
At GZI, we believe corporate success must go hand in hand with community impact. Through our corporate social responsibility initiatives, we've supported lives across Nigeria, from donating protective coveralls to street sweepers nationwide to organizing free medical outreach programs for our host communities. We're committed to improving lives, promoting safety, and giving back wherever we operate. GZI, building communities, inspiring change.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's trusted name in affordable tech and gadget tradings. From Lagos to Abuja, from students to CEOs, Obiwizi is your guy for quality tech devices, brand new and pre-owned alike. Got a new phone or laptop? Bring it in and walk away with an upgrade or a cashback, or in fact, both. Whether you shop in-store or online, at obiwizi.com, you are guaranteed value, warranty, and a customer-first experience. Obiwizi offers affordable tech, trusted service, because with gadgets, Obiwizi is your guy. Follow Obiwizi at Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page, or on TikTok at Obiwizi. That is at Obiwizi on TikTok. Obiwizi is spelled Obiwezi. That is Obiwezi.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Brought to you by GZ Industries.
An extraordinary semi-final duel just passed. Two schools, one profound topic, and the battlefield of ideas navigated with courage and intellect. And now the journey passes from the voices of the debaters to the judgment of our judges. Who takes the first seat in the grand finale? We're about to find out. Before that, Diction coach Yvonne Okhaifo has got a thought or two to share.
That's right, Femi. Thank you. I'll start with Great Solid Rock College. Don't say evidences, say pieces of evidence, okay? Evidence is an uncountable noun. So if you want to make it countable, say a piece of evidence or pieces of evidence, all right? But don't say evidences. Say in the UAE, not in UAE. In the UAE, use the definite article the with abbreviations, all right? Especially abbreviations that are not pronounced as words, but as individual letters. So say in the UAE. Also say, please, the subject-verb agreement rule should be adhered to. You keep making the same mistakes, but I hope that, with more practice and more corrections, you're able to master that. For example, don't say one of the greatest mistake. It has to be one of the greatest mistakes, because you're talking about, you're trying to single out one from many, all right? And it should reflect. Another example is if the structure and the system fails. You mean if the structure and the system fail, two things failing, not one, all right? Behave better, not behave more better. Better is already comparative. No need to say behave more better. Insatiable, not insatiable. Insatiable, all right? Humans are insatiable. Say procedure, not procedure. Procedure, okay? Procedure. Also say biblical, not biblical. Biblical, say biblical. Say integrity. Integrity, not integrity. Integrity, okay? Say integrity. And then finally say Tanzania, not Tanzania. Tanzania, all right? To Honeyland schools, I will say apartheid or apartheid. Apartheid is the American variation of apartheid, okay? The TH is apartheid, all right? Say on seat is, don't say someone is on seat. The person is either available or not. Instead of on seat, not on seat, say not available, not present, all right? But don't ever say is somebody on seat. No, on seat is bad. It's bad English. Say is someone available, but not on seat, all right? Say favoritism, not favoritism, favoritism, all right? Favoritism. And finally, say thoughts, or metere. Thoughts, not taught. Thoughts, okay? Because thought is the past tense of teach. So say thoughts, which is the past tense of think. Taught is the past tense of teach. All right. And finally say other. Other, not other. Other, okay? Each other. And that's all for now.
All right. Time now for the verdict. For this round, for this first semi-final debate, in the first round, the presentation round, George Ama scores it 10 to Honeyland Schools and 6.5 to Great Solid Rock College. Judge Ufoma and Chief Judge Chike both score it 10-7 each. 10 for Honeyland Schools, 7 for Great Solid Rock College. And for this stage, for this first round, it is 27. Pardon me. Apologies, please. For the first round, it's 30 points to Honeyland Schools and 20.5 to Great Solid Rock College. Taking us to round 2, the rebuttal round. All 3 judges have it at 10-9 each for Honeyland Schools. It's 30 to Honeyland Schools and 27 to Great Solid Rock College in the second round. To the final round. George Ama scores it 10 to Honeyland Schools, 6.5 to 8, not 6.5, 8 to Great Solid Rock. Judge Ufoma scores it 10 to Honeyland Schools and 8.5 to Solid Rock College, Great Solid Rock College. Chief Judge Chike scores it 10 for Honeyland Schools and 8 for Great Solid Rock College. It is 30 to 24.5 in that third round, bringing it to a total of 90 to 72. Diction scoring is 10 to Honeyland Group of Schools and 8 to Great Solid Rock College. For your winner, by unanimous decision, 30 to 23.5, 30 to 24.5, and 30 to 24, for a grand total of 100 to 80. The duo of Joseph and Precious from Honeyland Schools, Lagos. Congratulations to both of you. You proceed to the final.
Thank you, sir.
All the best. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Success. Sit down, Johnson. Sit down. Well done. You've won all the way here today. Well, not quite, but you should be proud. You should be proud for what you've done. It is not easy. 32 schools from the hundreds that entered for this contest, the 32 that got to this studio. You are one of the best 4, and you could even be number 3 in the third place final on Thursday if you fight for that third place. So you should be proud. Well done. All right, you have a question, Joseph? Okay. Yes. So what is it? Speaking to the mic.
You made a little mistake in her age.
Who? She made.
You made a little mistake in her age.
She turned
16 today.
Oh, she turned 16 today.
Oh, look
Congratulations.
Happy birthday to you, Precious.
So in the finals, well, today we're talking to a 16-year-old girl, and we will be talking to yet a 16-year-old lady in the final.
That's
well done.
Right.
Well done, darling. Just as a quick reminder, by qualifying to the final, well, they booked their automatic spot into the National Tournament of Champions for next year. The 3 automatic spots for this contest are for first, second, and third. So there's still room for Great Solid Rock to fight for that qualification to the National Champions in their third place. We'll take a break. When we come back from off this break, we'll go straight into the second debate of the day.
Hello there. I'm here to tell you about the world-class beverage cans producers, GZI. At GZI, excellence is our hallmark.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.